Hi, this is Zoe, and today I'm going to talk about a fasted life. So it's been something I've been thinking about. Well, it's December, so the story goes that it's December, and normally in a year I'll do about two times a program I call it DRP, which is detox and rejuvenation program, is to actually spring clean the body. But more and more, this year, I've been trying to think about how the body, the soul, and the spirit actually comes together. And I think the first step in my learning is to actually know the difference between the body, spirit, and soul. And the second step I realized is ironically that I actually see them differently and separately and not as a single entity. So I think there are really two steps to it, which is to see them separately, but yet after learning the differences, to actually put them together. And I think through human development, which all the religions try to touch on, is to develop spirit and soul. I just think that in Christianity, sorry, let me rephrase that. In most of the religions, they develop the body and the soul. But I think in terms of Christianity, there's an element of spirit involved. Of course, many people feel that it's just splitting terminology. Most other religions think that spirit and soul are synonymous. So why do I go into this whole sharing about the difference? It just feels to me that when I do a spring cleaning of my body, I felt that the Holy Spirit is telling me it's not just your body you need to take care of. When you talk about refraining from certain foods during your detox, getting your focus together for your body. The detox is kind of like focusing on removing the toxins and putting in the nutrients. And so when we talk about holistic development, we're not just talking about spring cleaning the body. I felt like, if we look at the human being as a full entity, body, soul, and spirit, then it is across the levels. So that's one. And so the Lord has been, when I say the Lord has been telling me, it's not an audible voice, but just like an inward knowing, and that it's a lot because it's different from what I have always been thinking about. And so the Holy Spirit is great. He teaches, he's such a patient teacher. And so the thing is, sometimes when God tells me to do something, right, it is difficult for me to do it, and I tend to procrastinate. So he's been telling me that yes, you can spring clean your body, but also you should also look at your soul, which are the things you are reading, the things you are participating in. And that is why in my previous church they also talk about fasting from Facebook and all that. It's not that Facebook is wrong, it's just that too much attention is given to it, that it becomes a distraction. Facebook is a tool that is supposed to enhance your life in terms of communication and being in touch with your friends. Same as YouTube is a tool, but when it is no longer a servant but a master, when you find that the phone is always in your hands, then there's something off balance there. And similarly, spirit, which is to keep the mind on the Lord. So he's been telling me that you can do your body detox, but it doesn't really make sense if you don't look at your development as a whole. And therefore he was telling me to do also a detox on the soul and the spirit. And the second thing he was telling me about is also this thing about fasting. It's not as okay, so there's different levels and different definitions of how people understand fasting. So I just want to quickly point out that it's not so much about the action of fasting, but the Lord has been telling me that yes, DRP is a time when, when you detox, it's actually a time to totally fast from certain things. But in order to make it practical, it's about living a fasted lifestyle. So anyway, he's been saying that, and maybe I'll share more about it next time. I'm trying to keep this video short. But doing it is still a challenge because there are so many pleasurable things that I like to do. I like to read fiction, and the Lord is fine with that. It's just that when I read it, I spend hours on it. I'm the kind who likes to finish at one shot. So in that sense that's unhealthy. Yeah, so anyway, that's my sharing for today. I just wanted to make it really quick and short. And so I'd love to hear comments, and I'll see you in the next video.